first there is the person who meditate, people who meditate with these two categories of bodhicitta mind. Remember we have wishing bodhicitta mind and engaging bodhicitta mind. The person who practice he or she will pay homage and honor to this group. And then number 2 is so we have three categories we discuss goes with this text. So first is the bodhicitta mind is not natural, so it should come from your practice, it should come from the effort. So it's not natural, not like we have to be, first we have to know the, definition of bodhicitta mind, and we have to know the information it's teaching about bodhicitta, listen, think, and then we meditate, then it will, your mind very familiar with the bodhicitta mind. So it's not natural, it comes from the effort, from your daily practice, familiar. So but you need compassion, support by compassion to increase to develop your bodhicitta mind. So this is number 1 point. And number 2 is this is the, when we, for example, like in this worldly perspective, when somebody make an offering to the other people, somebody generosity, helping people often, press to this wonderful person, things like that. But if that is the case, then we should also press to the Bodhisattvas. It's more than courageous beings, not just taking responsibility for all the sentient beings. So we should pay honor to the Bodhisattva. And then it is the supreme holy object. So Bodhisattva is the supreme holy object. So these are the point we will discuss, and now we should go with the text. So first here, for those who are deprived of happiness and burdened with many sorrows, it satisfies them with all joys, dispel all sufferings. So this is it means that Shantideva said that bodhicitta, the person who practices bodhicitta will bring joy and happiness, not only for you, but you can also bring joy for others, and you can also help to dispel the sorrows and suffering of other beings. So therefore, as I mentioned before, it is not natural, so it should come from your practice, daily effort. And remember, we had rituals, we recite the Bodhisattva rituals 6 times per day, 3 times morning, 3 times. These rituals are, generally speaking, remind us to cultivate and should not lose your bodhicitta mind. So therefore, that Shantideva said, this is in very, His Holiness often recite this text. Deve kyunga kunsalve means this is Tibetan. Chanju simji tashin and ten and dawa simshin sushi kilo use. Deve kyunga means when you feel sadness, when you depress, people depress and then mind go down. When somebody depressed, when sadness comes, your mind goes down. So therefore, if you practice bodhicitta mind, it will uplift your mind, uplift your mind. When you feel kind of like when you feel all kinds of problems, tired or problem with other people, or then you should also think about Bodhicitta. Bodhicitta will help you, because Bodhicitta means if you look very carefully, Bodhicitta is helping you, your future enlightenment. So it will help you. So in order to increase, to develop Bodhicitta mind, you need, sentient beings, because sentient beings are the object of Bodhicitta mind. And if you focus the sentient beings, and then actually you lose the bodhicitta. There's no object of bodhicitta. If you exclude one sentient being, give one excuse for one sentient being, then exclude two, exclude 10, and this will go 1,000, and there's no object of bodhicitta mind, right? So it means that Shantidev said we should think when we are depressed, when we are difficult time. Think about bodhicitta. This will dispel your problem, and you should, ride the horse of bodhicitta. Bodhicitta mind is like horse. Riding on the horse, it will give you joy, happiness, joy to joy. Not talking about temporary joy. It will eventually give you ultimate peace and joy. Yes, therefore, Shantideva says you should not lazy. You shouldn't be lazy. Like if you are lazy, then you will say, I will practice. I will, will 20 years. I will 20 years, and then 40 years, then 60 years. Oh, I'm too old. There's no time to practice. So you like that laziness. Then you can't. Then you lose your this precious human rebirth. So it's very difficult to find, from Buddhist perspective, precious human rebirth must be come from the 10 endowments and 8 freedoms, So therefore, Shantideva was saying we should, whether we are having difficult or we always remember Bodhicitta mind and clear away confusions where there is comparable virtue, where there even such a friend, where there merits similar to this. So all confusions come from the ignorance. So because generally speaking, all the confusions coming from due to ignorance, and then we cannot see our actual reality of the mind. When we are not seeing actual reality of the mind, then we always think, all these problems are coming from the outside, and we never think, it's coming from internal inside, but we always think it comes from the outside. When somebody, make you problem, when somebody make you angry, then you think, anger is created by this he or she, but we never think it comes from the seat of anger, So man causes the seed. If there's no seed, then external cannot give you opportunity to develop the anger. So therefore, so this is the Shantideva said, it will dispel your confusions and things like that. Now this is the if whoever repay a kind deed is worthy of some praise, then what need to mention to Bodhisattvas who do good without being asked of them. So this just go with this, remember, just go with this track. First, this one, so this one go with this one, right? I know all the text. Right. So we press to Bodhisattvas. this is the if whoever repay kindly is worthy of some praise, then what need to mention the Bodhisattvas who do good without being asked of them, Bodhisattvas are courageous being, their goal is to help other sentient beings. So they are coming to benefit other sentient beings. So the Buddha said, wherever you go, wherever you live, if you lead other to the spiritual practice, or if you help other, whatever you can, then you will not lose your Bodhicitta mind. So you will keep your. Remember, we have this wishing Bodhicitta mind and the engaging Bodhicitta mind. So wherever you go, wherever you live, if you help others to the spiritual path, or you can help other poor people as much as possible, then you will not lose your Bodhicitta mind. The world honors as virtue someone who sometimes give a little and food, disrespectful to few beings, which satisfy them for only half a day. So some people honor to giving food for the poor people. So certain level of I will give to this person, not for other. You exclude other. I want to give food for my friends and things like that. I don't want to give food for people hurt me or my enemy. Then you exclude that person. So then when you exclude, then you lose bodhicitta. So therefore, we always, even somebody offer food, not for everyone, but we always press, these people are doing good job, he's helping, but then Bodhisattva, there's no discrimination, we should pay homage. What needs to be said then of one who eternally bestowed the peerless bliss of Sukhadas upon limitless number of sentient beings, thereby filling all their hopes? The Buddha has said that whatever bears harmful thought against a benefactor such a Bodhisattva will remain in hell for as many aeons as there were harmful thoughts. So this goes with the Bodhisattva. Now this will supreme. Remember, we have supreme object. Now supreme object. So remember, we press to the supreme object, to this Bodhisattva supreme object. So therefore, these press to the supreme object. Three points. We should not criticize Bodhisattvas. We use the logic. And instead of criticizing, we should respect to the Bodhisattvas, put in here. And then third, when we respect, then we pay homage, do prostration and take refuge to the Bodhisattvas. So this is the 3 point. And now here, so Buddha said that whoever bears harmful thought against benefactors such as Bodhisattva will remain in hell for as many aeons as there were harmful thoughts. So that's don't criticize Bodhisattvas. Because if you criticize Bodhisattva is holy beings, because Bodhisattva is helping all sentient beings. And therefore then you create huge amount of negative karma. And also if we know he or she Bodhisattva, then no problem. But who knows, Bodhisattva, sometimes we don't know the other person whether he is Bodhisattva or not, because we don't know the person's internal qualities. And if person is Bodhisattva, if you criticize, then you will destroy all your merit. Plus, you will create huge of negative karma. Therefore, we should not criticize Bodhisattva. And then, however, if we choose attitude, instead of criticizing, if you pay homage and respect to Bodhisattva, then so you get opposite merit. Create huge amount of merit, and also accumulate, purify huge amount of mental negative karmic actions. So, however, if virtuous attitude should arise in this regard, its fruit will be multiplied far more than that, because Bodhisattva is same opposite. It is objective. Bodhisattva is helping all sentient beings, and Bodhisattva is supreme object. Bodhisattvas are the holy object. And you get same merit. When Bodhisattva greatly suffer, they generate negativity. Instead, their virtues naturally increase. And then I bowed down to the body of those in whom the secret precious mind is born. I seek refuge in their source of joy, who brings happiness even to those who bring harm. So this is so when you pay respect, you do prostration, and you take refuge to the Bodhisattva, and then you get married, you will purify the karmas, and then you will be able to realize your body, precious mind. Okay, so this finished chapter number 1. So I won't finish last. We have this one, right? This COVID. So we maintaining Bodhicitta mind in the future. So we discuss about the 4 black activities and 4 attitudes. So and now today this means we need to method to restore bodhicitta if it does generate. When we generate, we have to restore the bodhicitta if it does degenerate. So degenerate. When we degenerate, so then we have to restore the bodhicitta mind. So here, so I will read this text from the Lama Tsongkhapa. So you give up your aspirational bodhicitta, wishing bodhicitta, if you let certain amount of time pass after engaging in the 4 black activities. This is number 1. If you mentally abandon sentient beings, or if you come to regret those within a certain period of time, they become cause to weaken your bodhicitta mind. Then Lama Tsongkhapa, if you practice of the generating, is the bodhicitta mind 6 times, remember, per day, and accumulating amassing the 2 collection weakness, that will be cause to weaken your bodhicitta mind. If a cause of abandoning bodhicitta mind, you must recite the ritual for generating bodhicitta mind. If a cause merely for degenerating the bodhicitta mind, or degenerating bodhicitta occurs, reciting the ritual is not necessarily. Confession is sufficient. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is meant when we lose the bodhicitta mind, we are talking of aspirational bodhicitta mind. As soon as you think, oh, I cannot achieve, if you are, so this is the time, If you think something like that, then you lose this aspirational bodhicitta mind. But when you engage with these, you remember these four like activities, will not lose the bodhicitta mind, but weaken your bodhicitta mind. So therefore, it's very important to when we talk about when we lose the bodhicitta mind. When we are engaging with these four black activities, we are not losing the bodhicitta mind, but we are weaken our bodhicitta mind or decrease our bodhicitta mind. As soon as you think, I cannot achieve enlightenment because there are so many, people, so many sentient beings. How can I do this? If this comes to your mind, then this is the time you lose the aspirational bodhicitta mind. So it is very important that for black activities, we should abandon for black activities because this will maintain our bodhicitta mind in the future, right? But if you are engaging with these four negative activities, but you are not losing the bodhicitta mind, okay? But you are weakening or decreasing your bodhicitta mind. So this is very important to distinguish, clear away, when we lose the bodhicitta mind, right? When you are engaging with these four negative activities, you are not losing bodhicitta mind, but this will cause to decrease your maintaining bodhicitta mind in the future, remember? So we have to maintain bodhicitta mind in the future as well as we need to maintain bodhicitta mind in this life, right? So therefore, this is the method to restore. So what happens is we are reciting these prayers, right? Ritual words, which is we read 6 times per day, right? 3 times morning, 3 times evening. So then when we recite these ritual words, there should be three Lord Buddha said there are three types of the practitioner. Number one practitioner, so we have all the information about the bodhicitta. So when when you lose or decrease bodhicitta morning, you will confess before lunch, before afternoon, you will immediately confess bodhicitta vows. This is the number one practitioner, right? Number two, so you lose or decrease your bodhicitta morning, but take time, not before lunch, but sometime afternoon, or then you will practice confession, purification. This is number two practitioner. Number three is then you lose bodhicitta mind, but not confess today, but tomorrow, and then next day or a couple of days or things like that. So then this is the third practitioner. So there are Buddha said there are 3 practitioners. First practitioner can confess before lunch. The second practitioner can confess afternoon sometime, and third like that. So this is the first. First chapter, right? First chapter, we completely finished the benefit of bodhicitta mind. So what is really bodhicitta mind is, because generally speaking we have general mind and a specific mind. So general mind is our ordinary mind. So you know what I mean. So our ordinary mind, we should change that ordinary mind into some kind of virtuous, especially here, bodhicitta mind. So we all have Buddha seed, everyone has Buddha seed, everyone has Buddha nature. So what we need to do is, our general mind is ordinary mind, general mind is ordinary mind. So we need to change general mind to the virtuous mind, especially bodhicitta mind. So to do this, we need right motivation. Why we need, and what is the purpose, and things like that, isn't it? So motivation is very important. Everything run by motivation. Your motivation is this influenced by the bodhicitta. Every activity is Bodhisattva's activities. If your motivation is influenced by then negative, even you recite the rituals, there's not much an effect. So correct your motivation. Why am I doing this? What purpose? Because I want to correct my motivation. I want to achieve enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. So this is my motivation. Then this will draw you to the what is the benefit of bodhicitta mind now? So this is chapter number 1. 10 benefits of the bodhicitta mind. 10 benefits of bodhicitta mind. So first is, it is gateway to enter the Mahayana path, right? So without bodhicitta, you cannot enter the Mahayana path. It is like gateway. Whether you have Mahayana, Bodhisattva, or if you have bodhicitta, then Bodhisattva, Mahayana, it get into the Mahayana path. So when you practice these 2 types of bodhicitta mind, then you will change your name. You will receive the name son or the daughter of the Bodhisattva. So you become lineage of the Bodhisattva. And then third is, you will suppress all the other Hinayana like practicing. Here or solitary realizer. They have solitary realizer. Even have accumulated 100. They have accumulated quite good amount of merit. But by practicing bodhicitta, you will suppress solitary realizer in Hinayana practice. And fourth benefit, you will become the worthy or honor of the holy object. So somebody doing good things, then you become holy object because you are bodhicitta. And then the fifth benefit is, it will fast accumulate the merit. It will burn your old negative karma just thinking. Bodhicitta, just for one, Nagarjuna said, if you offer food for 100 monks for every day, of course you are doing good job, accumulating huge amount of merit. But if you think about bodhicitta and compassion for just for 1 second or 1 minute, cannot calculate the merit, kind of this. And so it will accumulate merit very fast. And number 6 is, it will purify negative karma, your mental afflictive emotions, and the seed of negative emotions. By practicing bodhicitta, will purify many negative karmic actions, and you will be achieve all your wishes, all your happiness, in this life, future, as well as you can finally achieve your ultimate goal, which means you will achieve enlightenment in the future. You will be not harmed by the demons and other obstacles. And when you are practicing bodhicitta, how can demon harm you? How nobody can harm? It is powerful, Bodhicitta is so powerful, So when you think bodhicitta, demons cannot harm you. And other external people often talk about your spirit like that. Nobody can harm you, if you are practicing bodhicitta mind. If you practice bodhicitta, you will accomplish all Mahayana paths, from path accumulation, preparation, path of seeing, path of meditation, and path of learning. First, we should practice bodhicitta, then gradually, accumulating merit, path of preparation, the understanding. People who are very destructive, energy, whole environmental negative. People, you become source of happiness because you have bodhicitta mind. So these are the 10 benefits of the bodhicitta mind. So we discussed about this first chapter. Mainly we are talking about the benefit of bodhicitta mind. Isn't it? Now people ask you, what are you practicing, right? You may say, I'm practicing bodhicitta. What is bodhicitta, right? Bodhicitta is kind of mind training, isn't it? Training mind. It is not like training our mind, disciplining our mind. What we are training is understanding, these two lineage of bodhicitta mind, right? One is coming from the lineage, come from Lord Buddha, passed to Asanka. Maitreya passed to Asanka, and Asanka passed lineage to the, Atisha, and Atisha passed to the Lama Tsongkhapa, then till His Holiness, things like that. This kind of like 6 cause and result bodhicitta mind. Remember, we all discussed about this one. And then exchanging oneself to other. This lineage coming from Manjushri, so Buddha passed to Manjushri. Manjushri passed to Shantideva, like Indian master, passed to Atisha, and then goes to Lama Tsongkhapa, till to our teacher. So when we combine these two, making big river, 2 rivers joined together, much more powerful. So we join these 2 practice together, and Lama Tsongkhapa make 11 practice joined together in 11 practices and make much more powerful, more effective. So it means that, so when we practice with this first chapter, isn't benefit of bodhicitta mind. So it is kind of like you learn, you think, you meditate, now and your daily life, when you recite the rituals and then you're practicing bodhicitta. Like just like good engine car, if you have a car with very good engine, you will go wherever you want to go, right? As soon as you start the key, it will just start and you will go, Your engine of the bodhicitta is good. Everything, should be fine, you know what I mean? So therefore, that means the first chapter, so you will recite this chapter good every day if you have time, first chapter in English. You will recite this chapter, this is really very good to remind you, and that will help you to develop your bodhicitta mind. So when we really practice bodhicitta mind, right, then we will see that problem is not coming from the outside, an internal problem. It is really important, right? It's the great masters of Tibetan Lama saying, if you think all problems are coming from external, nothing to do with the internal, then you are like that person, person who's looking, elephant outside the jungle, but actually elephant is inside the house. If you are looking at elephant in the jungle, how can you find elephant? This is exactly the same we are doing here, you know what I mean? We always have problems just like outside, created by a problem. So many great masters saying, you really practice bodhicitta, how can you look problem from the outside? Problems are coming from self-chasing mind. It's a grasping mind, it's inside there, just like, if the elephant is inside the house, and then you are looking outside of the jungle, how can you find the elephant? Impossible. So similarly, so that means many great masters, the Tibetan are saying that internal, problems are inside, So when we discipline our mind, there's no external problem. You know what I mean? If you discipline, Shantideva said, how can you cover whole over the world with the leather, Impossible. In the chapter, But if you wear the shoes, what happened? That is exactly Exactly same. You subdue your internal, negative, just like wearing your shoes. So you go everywhere, with wearing shoes, but you cannot cover whole over the world with the leather. So, so therefore, so the number one, when we recite the prayer 3 times, right? It's a ritual. This is reminding you. Morning you reminding you. Evening you recite 3 times. It will remind you, in your daily life, isn't it? So this we finished chapter number 1, and so I'm quite busy, man. So 3 weeks no teaching. So I will start 29 of the Friday. Okay, end of this month. So I will start with chapter number 2. So we will go with this text with the Geshe La